So we stopped on our way up to Porto in a little town called Coimbra. We've been driving for a couple hours, got hungry, wanted to stop. It's a rainy day, so we chose to exit the highway, the autostrada, in Coimbra.
Yeah, it's a great little town. We wound up in the main avenue again. It's a very small avenue. It was wide but like short. We ate at Cafe Santa Cruz, which is a really cute cafe. It was a converted chapel or church right next to the big basilica in the main square. We had pastries.
Pastelas de nata. And that gave us a place to, one, get off the road, two, explore the little town of Coimbra. We walked along the street, shopping street.
Mm-hmm.
It's an open walking mall, open shopping. It was a rainy, drizzly day, so it gave us a chance to pop in and out of different shops, explore that in between the cloudbursts.
It's a beautiful little square that they had in the middle, again with some really nice tiles. And that seemed to be common in a lot of Portuguese cities, is the use of tiles. In Porto, we scored another Airbnb. He was really good at
Fantastic Airbnb.
He was really good at reserving these Airbnbs in the best spots for us. In Porto, we were right in the middle of everything in the
Clérigos, next to Basha.
Yeah.
Kind of the heart, really almost the heart of the city, for the old part of the city.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So we just walked everywhere because everything was really close to each other. And this place, Casa do Olival in Clérigos, it's named Casa de Olival because there used to be a lot of olive trees planted across the street or across the way. And this is where the wall of the city used to be. Part of it was here, over here. She had it's a brand new space, a couple of years old actually. She and her husband bought the space and renovated it, and
it was a ruin.
It was a ruin, yeah. It was right next to, the walls were exposed, the granite walls were exposed on one side, and it was very narrow, but still very doable. It was perfect for the two people, and it was an up and down unit as well.
And very affordable, so it was about 54 euros a night.
Oh wow, I did not know that. That's really great
very,
deal.
very affordable. Beautiful.
Yeah, it was so elegant, gorgeous. So clean. She had branded towels, branded pillowcases. It was just the perfect, yeah, it was a perfect packaging for this property.
Absolutely beautiful apartment. Impeccably set up. Great Wi-Fi, incredible view out the window. We could open the porch, the balcony, and have this wonderful view of the university and the Museum of
Photography.
Just an absolute gorgeous area. Yeah.
Our first night in Porto, we ate at Museu Davo, which is another tapas place, and absolutely amazing tapas, very well worth it. And Dulce, our host for the Airbnb, has this list of all the restaurants, snack areas, places to do and go in that neighborhood. So a lot of it was walking distance. We didn't know at that time that we were in the area with so many attractions.
Right. I got lucky.
Within a few blocks of each other.
I did pick old part of Porto, and I wanted to be in that area. I wanted to be the area close to the river. I wanted to be close to things. Didn't realize we were really in the heart of it. Just blocks to many of the sites. One of the unique things about Portuguese restaurants, when you sit down at a table, they bring to you a plate of breads, a plate of olives, cured olives, a plate of white cheese, sometimes a plate of jamón. Meats. All of that is charged. None of that's free, so don't think of it as free. You can deny it. You don't have to take any of it. But once you start eating it, it's yours. You've bought it. We enjoyed it. I mean, it was one of those, but you had to be cognizant. Don't fill yourself up on that if you're going to have these next items on the menu. But the breads were always fresh baked and fresh cut. The olives were briny, but not too briny. They always had pits, so be careful, don't chomp down on them, but very flavorful. We enjoyed that. There were times we didn't really want all of that. And a couple of times we chose not to, but for the most part, we partook in that. It's kind of like if you go to a Mexican restaurant in California, they'll give you a basket full of chips and salsa. That's complimentary. The olives and the bread and the cheese are not complimentary. It's one of the items you're paying for.
And a general note about Portuguese food, it's very heavy, and they do give you good portions as well, but it's meat and
Cheese,
carbs,
eggs and carbs.
yeah.
Not a lot of produce.
No, yeah, not too many vegetables.
That was one of the things we noticed.
There was a couple of salads, but that was it. But not like broccoli or cauliflower. They do have potatoes. Plenty of potatoes.
A lot of potatoes. Lots of potatoes.
So we're having breakfast here near the Airbnb, right in front of the Clarejos. We lucked out today because it was supposed to rain the whole time we were here in Porto, but today we got a break. It's have some clear skies, blue skies, and it's not supposed to rain until about sometime this evening, 5 p.m. So we're making the most of it. We just got started. Our first and only full day in Porto, we started out having breakfast. We walked first to the Miradouro da Vitória, which overlooks part of the city and the river. It was kind of a janky area, but the views were nice, and there were a lot of people that go to this lookout, this viewpoint.
The viewpoint's good. The garden, a lot of boarded up buildings in ruin.
Yeah, all over Porto.
You can find them on every block you went. In fact, right next to our apartment was another boarded up building.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I meant to say that the lookout point wasn't fully developed. It was still raw space, dirt, ground. And we don't know if they have plans to develop that further. Who knows?
It'd be a beautiful place for a good lookout.
Yeah.
Cafe lookout.
Mm-hmm. And then we stumbled upon the Carmo Church, which has this beautiful facade on one side of it, on the street side. This blue tile, which is prevalent in Porto, really, more so than in Lisbon,
Yeah.
I think. So it's like this murals made of blue tile.
Yeah, and then we toured inside that church, and roundabout and around to the back. And it's an active church, but it's also a museum. So, and there was little places where people would live next to the church or into the church, kind of the hidden house.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then after this, I wanted to go to eat this Francesinha.
Oh yeah.
I saw it from a vlog by Samuel and Audrey. So they talked about this place called Bufete Faixa. So we rented another tuk-tuk in Porto to get to this place because I think it was about a 30-minute walk from where we were staying. And, you know, my feet by this time were already kind of shot. And we had this walking tour that we planned for the rest of the afternoon. So we ate at this place. Absolutely loved it. We kind of chickened out. We saved our stomachs for later on. So we ordered one
and had it split.
Francesinha, and we had it split for the two of us.
Which
And
was perfect. I don't know whether we could have eaten a whole.
I probably could have. I would have soldiered on, but I think it was fine for us. And apparently the locals eat it whole. They don't chicken out and split it.
And that was perfect timing. That restaurant opened at noon.
Yeah.
And we got there. The tuk-tuk had a little bit of challenge to find it. We went around the block a couple of times. So we got there. Then their only menu is the Francesinha, and chips or fries.
Mm-hmm.
That's their menu.
And beverage.
And beverages. So you're supposed to get a beer if you're a beer drinker. So I had a beer with the Francesinha, and he had a
Fanta.
Great food.
So we cleaned our plates.
So we came out of there after we enjoyed this great Francesinha. And then it was a debate whether we call the tuk-tuk driver, which we had a business card on. It was 20 euros to get us up there, or walk back. And we decided to kind of navigate our way back, which we then came across another train station.
The main metro line.
Main metro. We came across the city hall. We came across the cathedral that was behind the city hall. So lots of little things, and discovered if we were 30 minutes away from our apartment.
Yeah, it's an uphill walk to get to Buffete Face from where we were, but since it was downhill on the way back, that made it a little easier, and it was just kind of good to walk off the food.
Do we even go all the way back to the apartment?
Yeah, because I think we had to use it.
Oh yeah. Okay.
City Hall behind us.
It's a big square.
The rain.
Shit. We gotta get this. So as we walked back, we found the Imperial McDonald's, which was on the directions for the walking tour, so we knew where we needed to be.
Yeah, so it's supposedly the most beautiful McDonald's in the world. It was converted from a cafe, I can't remember the name, Imperial Cafe, I think. So what they had to do was McDonald's had to keep the word Imperial in front of McDonald's. So it's the only McDonald's that has another name associated with it.
And they had to keep a certain look and facade about the restaurant.
Like
Chandeliers and some of those things, because it was an old historic building. So McDonald's had to keep that in the agreement. And then we went on our walking tour.
So thanks for rolling with us. We hope you enjoyed the time. If you want to roll with us again, please feel free to hit that subscribe button as well as the bell icon for notifications and that like button as well.
Thank you very much for enjoying your time with us as we enjoyed our time in Portugal.
Obrigado.
Obrigado.
We'll roll with you next time.